Human body functions through thoughts. So when our mind says I'm tired and exhausted, the message passes down to our nerves and our body functions a certain way. So when you are having those negative thoughts or this feeling of having anxiety or being anxious, ask yourself this question, that what kind of information am I feeding to my brain? Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how to stay positive. So you know what? Let's get started. Just a few days back, I was having those negative thoughts. So I just said to myself, like, being in this room is doing me no good. So I decided to just go out and like go for a walk at just my terrace. Believe me when I say I had a literal mindset shift. So in this video, I have jotted down few points which will help you manage and control your mind and your thoughts. So you know what? Let's get started. First, morning routine. I'm not a big believer of having like rigid schedules or like timetable, but what I do believe is like if you have a kickstart of the day, like for a matter of fact, I know that if I'm waking up, I have to do this, a sense of control and accomplishment will be established. So right when I wake up, I have this mindset of either listening to something like positive, maybe a positive like a podcast, but that podcast should be on something like positivity or love or something related to it. Or at times I literally like choose to listen to affirmations. And previously I used to have like a recording of me saying certain affirmations about growth, success, and it was just for me. So you can do that for your own self as well. So by this, what happens is like right when you wake up, you feed your mind, you feed your brain with like a positive information. So throughout the day, the same mindset continues. So this way you can actually like have a bit control of your day or of your mind, right? Towards the second point, that is stop overloading your brain with information. Throughout the day, we feed our brain with like multiple information without even realizing. We wake up, we open our phone and scroll, and then we hear something traumatic happening in some other part of the world. Or when we go out, we meet someone, we hear that they're having a divorce or they're having some like financial crisis. So throughout the day, we hear and listen to like so much information. See, there is certain situations or aspects that we have no control over it. For example, if your friend is crying about the situation, you can't choose to walk away. No, that's not right. But in certain cases, you have a choice. Example, if I'm reading this newspaper and I encounter something like negative, I can choose to skip that part. Because as much as important it is to be aware, but if you yourself struggling with mental health, or you know that bad happening can affect your mood drastically, you can choose to avoid it, because in majority of the cases we can certainly can't do anything anyways. So it doesn't matter if you read it or not. So stop overloading your brain with information. We go on social media, on Snapchat and Instagram, we stalk people. We stalk random people as well who we don't even know. Like we see their family issues, we see what vacation they're going on. So this way we're just overloading our brain with information. And if our brain is not at ease, if it's continuously being fed with useless information, how can we expect it to function in like the appropriate way? You are yourself causing drama. You are yourself causing discomfort by feeding your brain with so much. You have to realize that your brain or your mind is not a garbage like dump where you can put anything you want. You have to filter out. You have to have a filter. Watching like dramatic shows or listening to gossip to some extent is fine, but there should be a limit to it, I believe. Moving towards the next point, that is empty your mind. See, people overlook this point, but you have to understand that throughout the day you are giving your brain so much information. How will your mind or your brain be able to comprehend it and make the best use out of it? No, because excess of information is going. So at least like once or twice a day, you can just sit and have like a blank mind. Or imagine right now, if it's tough for you to just like focus upon something, just shut your eyes and focus on some like black point. And if some kind of thought comes, imagine that thought being a bubble, and then imagine just pointing that bubble out. So this way you are getting rid of all the distractions in your mind. You're imagining your brain to be like in a literal void. This way you're helping your body and your mind to be at ease. Or the other method is that you can journal. Whenever I'm having those negative thoughts or having this feeling of being having anxiety, I just open my phone and on my notepad I jot points. And that's it. I don't even have to work upon it. I just jot them down. Like this is what I'm thinking, and that's it. And at times I just like erase it or delete it. Or a more proficient technique is like similarly how just I like type in on my phone, you can write it on a journal or somewhere. This makes such a big difference because you're helping your mind declutter the information. So this way you are physically like letting go of the information which is like have been stuck in your mind. Sometimes when I start journaling or start writing down points, I don't even realize like, oh my god, this was happening in my mind. I was having this thought. So at that like so through this method I'm able to jot like what's actually going on in my brain. So this is like these two methods are like one of the most efficient methods to empty your mind. So moving towards next point, see, when a person have faith and purpose, to a very great extent they become like highly positive. Even when they have like negative thoughts, they are able to fight and face those thoughts because they have a greater purpose. They have faith in their own self or this universe or maybe the in almighty, that you know what, I'm being protected, I'm being taken care of by the superior power. Or sometimes you don't even have to have faith in universe or god if you're not spiritual. But I am spiritual, yeah. So if you're not spiritual, you can just choose to have faith in your own self, in your own capabilities, and like imagine and remember those situations that you have overcome till date. So when you have faith in your own self or in your God or on whatever thing you believe in, you will certainly have like a clearer vision, a more positive mindset. And with that comes purpose. See, when I'm making this video, there are times when I get like multiple negative comments. So initially there were days I used to be sad or I used to question like why are people being so negative? Or I used sometimes that negativity used to cause like it used to cause like harm to my mental health as well. Then when I look at the bigger picture, like what is my purpose, why am I doing this, I know that I'm doing this for a greater cause. So that's why I'm able to let go of those negative beliefs or negative perceptions or thoughts that people have imposed on me. So when you have faith and purpose, you certainly become a more positive person. And it is literally believed that people who are spiritual, people who believe in God, tend to like be more positive in life and have a more positive approach throughout their life. So yeah, having purpose and faith is like a literal game changer. Imagine right now a person is watching this video and they themselves having those negative thoughts and beliefs, but at the same time they're not leaving their bed. They are putting no effort in their own self or their life. So how can they actually choose to accept or have faith or have a strong purpose? Because if that person had purpose, he would be working out, running towards their goals, running towards their vision. But that person is laying down in their bed. So it is really important to continuously work upon yourself. See, we as human beings will always be a work in progress because there is a better version of you that you can certainly try to reach. And this will happen till the day you die. No person in this world was a perfectionist in all areas, no. So when you are working on your own self, imagine right now I'm having this belief that I'm not looking nice, or maybe the way I communicate is not efficient, but at the same time, I'm working upon my communication skills. I'm hitting the gym to have a better physique. So I'm able to fight back the negative thoughts with the confidence that, you know what, I will be able to attain my goal. I will be able to be a better version of myself because I'm working on my own self. But if I'm having those negative thoughts and then I'm just choosing to stay in my bed, nothing will be done. So it is really important for a person to like continuously work upon their self, either like on their physical health, mental health, or just being out there, being on the game. The two most powerful emotions which cause energy drainage are guilt and fear. So, right now, if I'm continuously having this fear about my future, that what if this plan does not work out, or what if I'm not able to pass my exam, or what if my health condition does not improve, like what am I doing? I'm just causing pain and suffering. So you have created this fear in your mind. Obviously, you cannot let go of negative thoughts and beliefs because this fear is stuck. But you have to understand that the fear that you have in your mind is just a thought, is just a worst case scenario of a situation that you have imagined that could happen. But you literally have to choose to have a positive perspective towards life. Instead of thinking like what if this thing does not work out, say to yourself that I'm working so hard, I am doing the right thing. So how is it possible that if I'm doing the right thing something wrong happens? No. And then even if some like things don't work out the way you wanted, maybe something better will happen because in the end you have your own self, you have this brain, you have this body, you can certainly improve your situation anytime. So you need to let go of this emotion of fear. I have seen that people having fear about their old age, which doesn't even make sense. People having this fear of losing their partners or losing their families or losing their business or incurring a loss. So you need to let go of this limiting belief. And the most efficient way of doing that is firstly working towards a goal, taking the action, and the second is feeding your brain with the right information. Again, coming to the point of spirituality, if a person has like faith in God or in their own self, overcoming fear becomes really easy. And if you guys want, I can make a video on how to overcome like limiting beliefs or like fear, right? The second emotion is guilt. You have to understand that multiple versions of you are created each day and multiple of them die as well. As I said, we all are work in progress. There was a version of you that might have made a mistake or might have not lived up to your expectations, but you have to forgive yourself. You cannot have that guilt in your mind, in your heart, and expect your body to just behave in a normal way. Having these emotions of guilt and fear are literally so painful and burdensome. So you have to let go of this limiting belief because what is happening is your energy is being drained with these emotions of guilt and fear. Energy draining is happening, and because of this reason you will feel like weak. You won't be able to perform well in your job. Your mind will be all across the place, and certainly you will get negative thoughts because if you have this base of negativity which is filled with fear and guilt, you will attract the same kind of thoughts and emotions. So you need to work upon that. You need to understand that you are just a human in the end who's trying their level best to become the best version. So at least you understand your mistake and work upon that errors. I hope you like this video. So for more such videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye guys.